Well, welcome back everyone. I have another unboxing video here. This one comes all the way from Canada, I've recently started just filming all these unboxings, mostly for evidence really, in case there's a problem with shipping damage. And I don't have a lot of time right this minute to do other content videos, and so this is what I'm posting. And in this particular case, I don't feel really sanguine about this one because it's not boxed well. You can feel it. It's kind of rattling inside. There's no damage on the box, but I'm not really hopeful on this one. But let's open it up and see. This is another one that I purchased for parts or in non-working order. It's a Tascam 122 Mark II, and there you can see the very inadequate packing job. So I'm not expecting a lot. That's it. That's what they put in there. Sort of gratuitous packing material. However, I can see already that the ears aren't bent, and I think that's due to the extra wide box and also just good handling by the Canadian and US Postal Services. This has come a long way. So that's it. That's what they put in there. I don't know what good any of that did, but there it is. So, a little dusty, a little dirty, but no visible damage. So thank God for that. I buy these anytime they come up for sale within my maximum price that I'm willing to pay for parts decks. I've been very fortunate in that I've never had to actually scrap or part out one of these. I've always managed to get them running, and in some cases running extremely well. One of the parts decks I bought probably 15 or more years ago, that was really bad. I opened it up and took one look at the motor board, the motor PCB, and just put the cover on it and put it in the bottom of the stack. It was totally trashed. It was an attempted repair, and it was pretty bad. Anyway, a few years ago, I decided to dig it out and see if I could do anything with it, and it actually, after the overhaul and dealing with all of it, it was so good I just decided to keep it myself. Cosmetically, it's not beautiful, but it's a performer, and it's done a whole lot of archiving for me. So this looks like the capstan motor turns, and it's not making any noise, and it doesn't appear to be overspeeding. So that's a positive sign. Of course, there's no wind mode, and that's more than likely a melted belt. But the capstan's got good torque, and more importantly, no noise. It's quiet. Just kind of looking at the heads here, they don't appear to be in horrible shape. Don't see anything obvious. I don't feel anything, any ridges with a fingernail. So it's pretty dusty, but the face isn't scratched or really damaged in any way. It's got the few chips on top there, but on the top edge, but I can retouch those. I have some custom touch-up paint mixed up for this kind of dark charcoal metallic that they use on this. This isn't black, and if you try to touch it up with black, it looks worse. But yeah, even the pitch control actually seems to be working. A lot of times when you turn the pitch control on, they'll just they'll open up and capstan motor won't turn at all because of that bad potentiometer. Let's take a look at the rest of it. Wow, look at that. Bottom's clean, unscratched. Yeah, this probably wasn't in a studio. Those little bits there, I always have to touch up, so I'm not worried about that. But this face plate on this one is actually really quite nice. Let's get in and look at the heads a little bit better. Let's go handheld here. Yeah, they don't look bad, and just as important, I don't see any evidence of any of the screw lock being chipped or moved. So I don't think this has been, I don't think anybody's monkeyed around with this. I'll get you in a little bit clearer shot. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. I'm just going to give this a quick wipe off. I'm not too worried about the cover. I can always refinish those. Face plates are a little harder, especially rack gears. I refinish those and make them look good, but it's better if they're not in bad shape. So yeah, it's pretty dirty. Let's look inside. You just try to get this position where you can see it a little bit better. And right there you can see the mode belt is missing, but not melted. Not yeah, look at that, nothing to clean up there. It must have just broken and fallen off. So what I'm curious about here, I want to see if I can get the I want to hear what the real motor sounds like. I'll just throw a piece of paper in on that micro switch, activate the capstan, and then see if I can just turn that into position. And I realize I got a couple of fans going in the background here, so you won't be able to hear what I can hear. But I can hear it turning when I get it in the right position. I won't be getting to this anytime soon, but I do all this and then I make some notes on a little post-it and stick the post-it inside the cassette well so that I don't have to go through all this again. when I'm ready to work on it. Got to find just the right spot for that little mode potentiometer in there. Anyway, let me get you in a little closer here. I'll go handheld and see if you can hear what I'm hearing. Just testing to see if I've got this camera finally configured to focus the way it's supposed to. I've had a heck of a time. Well, of course, I haven't spent a lot of time trying to figure it out either. I just grab it and go, and well, it seems to be doing a little bit better. Until right there. So really in nice condition. It was dusty and dirty on the outside, but super clean on the inside. I checked that heat sink. Sometimes those are loose. Let me see if I can get this into position, and maybe you can hear the belt from this distance. I mean, hear the motor from this distance. Yeah, I can hear it, but I don't know if you can. So overall, this is super clean. On the inside, and nothing's missing. Nothing looks like it's exploded or blown up. So I took just a couple seconds here and wiped off the faceplate. I was curious to see how good of condition it really was in. And I'm kind of shocked that it's as good as it is and that nothing got damaged. This is probably one of the cleaner ones that I have, with no scratching, nothing, not on any of the bezels, not on the door, only the case. And then in the back, same way, I wiped that off too. You can see that it's got it on the unbalanced outputs, so I mean, that could have moved, obviously, but there's also a chance that it was never abused in a studio environment. So that's all I have today. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you back here again.